Alright, another day, another commute home on the NC. I'll take a little bit of the long way home today. Go down through this cool railroad bridge and then maybe a little Sam Cooke State Park. I feel like that's wrong. Maybe that's correct. Anyway, I got the camera mounted here a little bit. Do I have it on straight? Is it on tight? I can never quite tell until I start moving. That's not going to hold. Come on, you. What do I got to do? Whose banana you got to peel to get this thing to stay tight? That's not tight at all. Where's this taking me? I think it's taking me where I want to go, actually. How about that? However, I'm gonna have to turn the camera off and come back when we've got this straightened out. Alright. Got the radio running. A little bit louder. All right. Yeah. They want me to go that way. That's what I thought, but tough to do. I can't cross that. Median. So let's move it around here. All right. I think we'll take surface roads down a while here. It's a little more interesting than the fast road. Some of these neighborhoods here in Superior. We can get on a fast road later. Love some of these big old buildings. I'm turning off the headset for now. Alright. Since the navigation is going to be nagging me to head out on the main road. This is kind of a cute little neighborhood. Very pleasant in a lot of ways. I don't know why, it just feels like America. Look at those awesome old brick housing units there. Murphy building here. And every motorcycle and cruiser, every lady in a tank top, lots of tattoos. A big old building there. I would love to rehab that into something fun. Falling apart. Bungalows. Bungalow? I don't think it is. I don't know what a bungalow is. Maybe that's a bungalow. Is the bungalow one story? As a guy who studied a lot of art history and architectural history, I should know that. Ooh, love this thing. Somebody needs to do something real with this. Actually, that is awesome. Usual mixture in this neighborhood is some old beat up pieces of crap and then some that are very nicely taken care of and up to date. The teeny ones, a little bigger ones. Some of these probably go back to the 19 teens, I'd guess, from the looks of them. FedEx guy coming out. And it's... Well, you take your cues from what's on the road. You see a ball run into the road, expect a child or dog to come soon after. See a FedEx truck with the flashers on, expect a FedEx guy. But he actually looked. Wasn't gonna run out in front of me. I waved him out like, what's my hurry? He's got a job to do. I'm just screwing around. You can have priority. Maybe the last nice day here today before we get a smoke alert. The problem this summer is whenever you get a north wind, which brings the nice cool weather, we're getting Canadian wildfire smoke. So we're going to get nice cooler weather the next few days, but we may not be able to enjoy the sun. Alright, we're heading into strip mall hell here. This should also remind you of America. That's what it is. A couple miles of this before we get into something a little more interesting. Oh, I should have gotten my daughter's remaining Dairy Queen gift certificate that she won at the 5-mile race the other day. I think it was Good and Superior. Possibly there. Burn Lake, a suburb of Superior, which I don't think is actually a suburb. I think it's a town called Oliver. Am I right about that? Anyway, go through the strip mall section of Southern Superior, 45 mile an hour. And you get here, 87 degrees out here in the sun. You get here and it's 30 again. Town. Bike lane. 82, that says it, so it's more correct to me. This is where we're going to start our more interesting ride. This here is a little town. Here we go. Twin Ports Dairy. That's the water tower there. And I'm turning right here. Ooh, look. I need some gas. $2.93 isn't the cheapest I've seen it, but I'm only putting in a couple gallons. Doesn't matter. But I'm going to put gas in case I take the real boondocks route home. I only got 1 bar in my gas tank right now, so let's just get her done. Boy, she's all full here. What is the deal? got regular stuff here? They do. Okay. Alrighty. We'll shut her down here and rejoin after we fuel up. Alright. We got some gas in Lowe's tank. Nav is firing up. Hook on. The lanyard for the airbag. I'm gonna go out back way. It's a little warm when I'm not moving. 82 degrees. I got a short sleeve, a long sleeve, and this kind of wind and rain rated jacket. So when I'm moving, it's alright. Even into these temperatures. When I'm not moving, it's a little rougher. My nav is asking for input. Yes, that's correct. Let's keep going. And no, that's not correct. So I gotta pull over here. Let's go back. Yes, thank you. That's where I want to go. Thought that was right. Oh, I can confirm. All right. The last time I was here, was it last year or the year before? This road was also unpaved at that point in time. This road got a nice brand new pavement. Alright, a little breeze through here. Feeling better now. Got the cool weather gloves on too, so basically since it's like 60 in the morning and maybe 85 some of these afternoons, I gotta pick whether I'm gonna freeze in the morning or roast in the afternoon a little bit. Unzipping the jacket a little more to do the trick. Bike parked here. River's high and muddy. Okay, now I'm pulled up. Well, not enough anyway. I get my hands just right so the little finger vents work on the gloves. Maybe they'll cool down a little more. On the vents, of course, I have on the handlebars, on the grips. I was considering going through here, going through the park all the way to Cloquet, taking our way home from there, but that sticks me on either Highway 53 or Arrow Flyway there on, is that 7? Kind of boring routes. Really camera worthy. More camera worthy would be to just do this fun little part here and then pop back up through Hermantown up to Rice Lake and take 4 back home. Also probably be shorter. Except that I don't really do the state park if I do that. I think we may just do this and then traverse the backwoods and deepest, darkest Proctor in Hermantown. Now we kind of get a little bit of a long way home. Not the boring way home. That's the trouble at your normal commute route is one of the prettiest roads around. Okay, this is Oliver. So Oliver's way down here, not back where I was. Basically heading to the St. Louis River here. All Oliver Village streets are ATV routes unless otherwise posted. Welcome to the Midwest. I don't have a banjo clip to play on top of that. I'm not doing my job. That's something there. This is pretty cool. Some old looking stuff. That old building is apartments. Pretty weird. The El Dorado Bar and Grill. I would say don't blink or you'll miss it. Except that you have to drive 30. So you won't miss it even if you do blink. A few cute little houses here. This bridge is just kind of fun. It's cars below trains, y'all. Or trains on top. Going only one way. It's like some kind of a scree up there. Are they pellet trains? If they're pellet trains, I don't think I want to be under here with one's going over. Get knocked in the head. I don't see any pellets on the roadway, so. But yeah, almost every train track up here is a pellet train in some way, so I believe that they wouldn't be. And we go along a little river here a little bit. That's some pilings falling apart out there. Used to have something on them. Another railroad crossing. Oh, it's really old and defunct. Where we're heading here. Prescott Street. What town are we going to be in here? Commute Street. We're back in Minnesota here. Cook State Park in downtown. Seriously? Downtown's over there? I'm gonna go downtown so I can figure out where I am. Stop. Gary, New Duluth, okay? All the way back to my normal route. So New Duluth didn't really take. That guy's truck had a sticker on it that said booby bouncer. So maybe he needs a suspension work. Alright, this is a real nice Fallout vibe here. I think I'll stick with it. I'll stick with this and we'll just connect to the regular route home later. Speed limit's 30, so I'm going to punch it out at 32 here. The car's behind me don't like it. I think you pound sand. Skate park. It's like the newest structure in this whole place. Family Dollar. Never a good sign for your town if you've got a Family Dollar coming in. Cool old police and fire station there. That's awesome. Property for sale. McGonigal Street. Alright. Trophy Cafe. Shots Bar. Wonder what they're known for. Puglisi Gun Emporium. Puglisi. I wonder if they pronounce it like Italians would, or do they call it Puglisi? I'd bet on the second one. And some motorcycle riding dudes. Hey, some of them even have helmets. Alright, well, the speed limit here heads up 45. I haven't been this way for a while. I'm going to keep with it. It'll dump me in Duluth at some point. Just good enough I can get back from there. Duluth Brass. Somehow this kind of thing is always better on a motorcycle or a bicycle than in a car. Although it's okay in a car too. Back home when I'm coming back from a marathon out in the boonies in Virginia, I secretly enjoy it when that interstate is all crappy and backed up, because I can just on the surface roads more slowly but see a lot more cool stuff. Park. Stay green goes red. Take a little look at the map here in a second and see if there's a better route. Make anything, I think if I go uphill and then try to head north, I'm going to end up dancing around on streets that keep coming to dead ends. So we'll stick with this one. It's fairly quick, but not too annoying. Pretty good bike trail here. One I have not used. HQ, Superior National Forest. Yeah. I'm sure it's getting dumped by the Trump administration. Have a nice abandoned building. That's so much better for everything. Why would you need somebody out here to administer the national forests up here? Have some 19-year-old guy named Big Balls who knows the web address for an AI chatbot. Have him do the work. But turn off for Spirit Mountain. One of the local ski hills. There we go. Happy dog. Sticking his head out. I can run a little faster than speed limit. What is it in here? 35. Yeah, so. '79th Avenue. When I come in, I'm always on like 24th or something. Well, that bike trail is the Munger, I believe. There's Munger that. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, Jay Cook, I think, is the Jay Cook, not Sam Cook, Jay Cook State Park. Jay Cook, I think, is the name of the trail through the woods. Guy looks like a possibly be a real long distance hiker. Big enough backpack, kind of shabby but not too shabby, you know what I'm saying? Like hiker filthy, not living permanently on the streets dirty. Hey, here we go. The average mileage per gallon when I'm running along here in 36 for long distances like this, it reads like 113, 101, 97, 83, 86, 98, 38. A lot. Oh, Duke boys. Right. We're getting into actual downtown Duluth again. This is the part of Duluth I never really see. Got a different kind of small city vibe out here. I like it. I don't know why. Like an old school downtown. In America here anyway. With a little more life. Well, now it's getting a bit more strip mall-y. There you go, you can still have a small town America vibe even with a John Deere dealership on the main drag. And it gets strip mall-y again. Right, I guess it's 46th that I was thinking of, not 24th. And this is my route out of town here usually. Not close to it, might be further down there. Just saw the Denfeld Tower. Oh, this guy's gonna run that light. Not give me my turn on yellow. Oh no, this is exactly my street. So it just shows you how weird stuff looks when you come at it from just the opposite side of normal. Weird. Alright, we're going home as normal now. Enfield High School. There you are. Does this car see me? It does. Big tree in the backyard of that house. Huge, nice tree. I need to shave. Some dudes lived across the hallway from me in New York. A couple dudes from Puerto Rico. And then I'd come rolling home after a bad weekend of doing terrible things. But say, Seth, you look like shit. You need to shave. But I need to shave here because chin strap is yanking my old white geezer man whiskers out of my neck. This guy's gonna go. Well, I'll probably just zip up the hill, shut down the cameras for the boring part. Start them up again when we get past Rice Lake. We do a quick picnic on the shores of Boulder Lake since I haven't eaten my lunch and I'm hungry. And then that gives me about 45 minutes to sort of half digest it. So that when I get home I can do a run. Alright, what are they doing? Everybody's waiting for me maybe? Alright. That guy on my right should have gone, but he didn't, so I'll always pull into the slowpoke lane on this hill anyway. I don't go too slow up it, but a lot of people want to really fly, and I really don't. 31 on this long, pretty uphill is fine with me. See if we got any smoke coming in yet. From here we'll be able to see if we've got more haze. It's looking hazy to me. How are we doing? A little hazier than this morning, maybe. Maybe not much though. This is a good corner to come in too hot, and if you don't have enough balls or traction, end up on the wrong line and make friends with the car next to you. Best solution to that is just don't drive too fast. This is a pretty section of road here. Times am I going to press the wrong button? It's hilarious. I keep pressing my signal cancellation button rather than my button to set my cruise control. I do that a couple times a day. One of these days, I'll stop being stupid. Alright. There's about, we had about 59 here north of Rice Lake on our way to lunch. Head down. We had the windscreen test. Good north winds, got a little extra windiness. I think they're gonna turn. Are they gonna turn? They're gonna turn. Good. More traffic today. Is there even a little dump truck out here today? Hazy. Got heavy equipment. Picking up dust and rocks. That old building was there, that old rock, barn or house? It's like house more than barn. Yeah, like a salivating dog. I am looking forward to lunchtime here. I'd be even more excited if that ice cream store were open. But it ain't. I'm gonna yawn here. That means I need my cola. Food and a little light caffeinated bevka. And a different kind of seat for the butt. And earplugs out of the ears. I should stop and eat some grub there sometime. But I'm never here really at supper club type hours. Alright, it'd be nice if there was a shady spot to park. I don't see one. Maybe there's a shady bench to eat. I think. Motorcycle parking is the best we're going to do here. Alright. Klutzy dismount. My foot was caught on the peg. Either that or I'm tired. Alright. Lunchtime is over. Time to get going. 3 o'clock. Late lunchtime is over. I'll be home maybe. It might be a late run today. I'm going to be baking in the sun. No shade on my route. But I guess that's what you get when you time it like this. I look at it as heat training until we get out eastwards. Even worse. Alright, got a nice lunch sitting in the shade under a tree, watching a dog retrieve its fetching dummy over and over again, straining at the end of the leash like a sprinter at the finish line, except the finish line is the whole way to the dummy. I'm almost there! Thanks, the dog. Alright, I'm plugged in. So we get a little power. But it's definitely getting warm. Be wishing for my mesh jacket if I weren't able to go. Better than 50 pretty much the whole way, so. Okay, good stuff. Just one bit of the best commute ever. Alrighty. Gorgeous day out here. I was looking at the information there back at the park, and it was showing dams from hydroelectric dams from like before 1910 through the 20s proliferating on throughout Minnesota. So they were on that stuff early. Damn 1920s woke bastards. Past the fallout, past the weird fallout baseball field. And back to 55. Family sending message. Trouble with Android Auto is I don't trust it. Well, we got some kind of a shit kicker station here. That's no good. Or 80s rock and roll. Super prevalent up here. That's usually the only one this Hardo headset gets up here. Alright. Fuck Ricardo, we'll just listen to the wind. Maybe a little bit more testing on the microphone. See if we get usable audio here during the 55 mile an hour stretches with the wind up in the face. Last stuff I was getting, I felt like I was hearing some pops. Not a robotic voice sound, which is what you normally get out of a heavily noise reduced soundtrack, but some pops, almost like there was bugs ticking off the helmet to the mic. I don't think that's what's going on. But we'll listen to this audio a little later and decide. Just went past Rush Creek Grade, and now we'll duck down here, watch the miles per hour go up, or miles per gallon go up. And we'll talk down here, a lot less airflow blasting on that part of the helmet where the mic is living. Does this sound any better? I guess we will find out. I don't even remember where I have the gain set on this mic anymore. I'll have to check that later when I'm not going 57 miles an hour. got a few more clouds back in the sky. See how that does on 5.7K plus recording mode, where I do not get the new tone control setting that just came with the new firmware, at least not yet. For some reason only in 8K. Seems odd to me, but maybe there are reasons. I definitely noticed the battery life was less, the adaptive tone or whatever that was called, than I got with 5.7K plus and 8K regular. But, you know, on a motorcycle, I plug the thing into the cord, recharge while I'm recording, so not a big deal. That was a bit of a nard slapper. little bit bumpy in this section. Here we're headed east because we got to go around the big reservoir, Whiteface. You have a truck, and you have a truck, and you have a truck. It's like they all went to see Oprah on truck day. Usually nothing in the back. Usually only one passenger. But it's the only thing on the car lots. Meanwhile, climate change is Canada on fire like never before. And the smoke keeps coming down here. People bellyache because they can't go outside and drive their 4x4s, which they have different 4x4s for the weekend. This morning I was talking about the farming up here being hay bales. There you go. Well, those ones aren't even covered in the fancy white plastic from the bale pooper like the ones a little bit closer to our house where there's about 70 bales crapped out of this thing like the centipede. Somebody killed a skunk. See a lot of that up here. You're never quite sure what the people are doing at those mailboxes. Usually you write that, like what you just saw. Usually. But it pays to assume that might not be what happens every time. Town Line Road. We're 6 miles. 6 miles from home. And away we go. Clear sailing with nobody on our 6. So we can geezer it up and go 56 if we want. Or even 57. Why didn't that take? Okay, there we go. Is that rusty old truck for sale? Because it is falling apart. Oh, just a great looking sky now. There's some of those plastic covered bales. I hear all that plastic is a problem. Farmers don't have a great way of getting rid of it. This is a fun little bit of landscape you don't normally associate with northern Minnesota or necessarily maybe the Iron Range. Well, I guess they elected a new pope, to judge by the smoke pouring out of there. Either that or they're burning up the old one. Probably just burning their garbage, which is something that the Hicks up here do sometimes. Even though it's so cheap to throw garbage away, it's almost free. You got like a punch card with like 30 punches on it. I don't know, 20 punches for 30 bucks. It's crazy. Recyclables cost nothing to dump. We go to the dump like maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. Costs us like $1.50. So yeah, but we're up here. Well, even if you counted your gas money. Count your gas money, call it $5. Call it $10 a month. That's how we pay for garbage up here. Of course, if we're already driving to town, which is when we usually bring the garbage, then it's a lot cheaper yet. building a new garage that's bigger than their house. Guess I shouldn't talk. The garage at our place is as big as the house. A place for sale if you want. There's some doozies if you head down Trigstad Road. Kind of places where people have towels over their windows, even in the winter. Towels in the windows and Trump signs in the front yard. Alright, almost to Bass Lake. Which is not even 2 miles from home. 1.5 miles, maybe. Pretty little lake. I don't know what's up with all the flamingos. Here we got, this place has cattle, but also bales of hay, and there's the hay, there's the bale pooper, crapping out the white centipede. Alright. Always got to check your 6 when you're making this left. And there we are. Pretty much home. Gorgeous day. I'm gonna have to change into running clothes and go do that.